had my first live.
Yes, and not insequential either. Let's just put it out there.
Yes.
World Awake movement. Hi everybody, and thank you for tuning in and watching this. So I am Deb Rock-Evans, and this is the lovely
Fiona Boucher.
And we are co-hosting the World Awake movement. What the hell is the World Awake movement, I hear you saying? And, well, that's a fair enough question too. So really, this is an opportunity for us to have conversations that matter. So Fiona and I, we're besties, and we often have really in-depth, interesting, fascinating conversations about stuff that's concerning us in the world. And many times we've said, we should be recording this, we should be having this chat with other people, because I am sure there are lots of other people that are wanting to talk about this stuff. So what sort of stuff? So I'm really passionate about us having real conversations that matter about things that are concerning us in our lives. And while I'm a really multi-passionate person, and this is kind of my passion project that's been building for quite a long time now, I want to talk about so many things that are affecting us in the world, but it's like, God, where do you start, you know? And we thought a good place to start is where I am right now. So I'm a mum in business, I'm a mother to a toddler, and I'm also a stepmother to 3 tweens. And, you know, so I guess I've kind of been thrown into motherhood fairly recently and fairly abruptly, and there's a whole lot of things that really bother me about what we're being told is best for us and our kids out there. And a lot of it's mainstream and it's in the media, and when you go to question it, I don't feel like we're getting a well-rounded view of things so that we can make really informed decisions that are best for us and best for our kids. So, and I'm busy, you know, I don't have time to read endless blogs and research into white papers just to get to the bottom of something that's bothering me. So I would really I want the opportunity to talk to more people about this stuff. And I know there are loads of people out there who are making it their mission in life, their career, to find out more about the stuff that's concerning them, you know. So I want to get those people in on these conversations and pick their brains.
And that's quite exciting.
It is quite exciting.
To have real conversations
Yes.
with real people.
Yes.
I mean, obviously we're real people too, but people who know stuff.
Yeah, we don't know everything, right?
No.
We're never going to pretend that we know everything, but I want to learn more. But I am strapped for time, and I want to do it quickly, you know? So there's a bit of a selfish reason for this behind it all, I guess.
But we're all in that same boat.
Yeah.
We're all in that same boat, particularly women.
Yes.
Who tend to take on the world because it's kind of expected that we take on everything.
That's right.
So spare time is really at a huge premium.
Yeah.
So we're trying to cut to the chase by doing this, and
yeah, that's right. And also, so that's a big part of my why. The other part of my why I'm doing this and doing it this way. So I'm a branding strategist, and I have a theory that a really strong brand, for all you business babes out there, is built on being real. So, you know, being transparent, authentic, having the courage to use your own voice, and being remembered, finding out you know, what's making you unique, how you know, put yourself out there into the world in your unique way, and being remembered, being revolutionary rather. And that's kind of where this comes in. I believe every brand has some passionate, wider movement that you're a part of, that your brand is a part of. It's not led by you, but you're a part of it, and so are all your people that you're trying to attract to you. So I guess this is kind of mine. This is kind of my revolutionary movement for the Deb Rock-Evans brand, because this is the stuff I'm passionate about. And like I said, I'm multi-passionate. And I hope that, you know, I'm attracting like-minded, open-minded people to me through this avenue as well. So that's another reason for the broader why. But mainly, I just want to be having these conversations. And, you know, there's a range of topics that we want to be discussing over the coming weeks.
we have a plan.
Yeah, we have a plan, and we're building a schedule, and people are starting to slot into it, which is really nice. So, ring.
Sorry.
This is hilarious.
We've got microphones and all sorts of our music gear set up, which is quite comical really, because we are just figuring it out as we go along. We hope you can hear us, because that was a main issue.
Yes, can you hear us?
If anybody's out there watching, please give us a thumbs up if you can hear us. And an angry face if you can't. Maybe, something like that.
Any engagement is good engagement.
Yes, it is. Apparently. So what are we going to talk about?
So, yeah, some of the topics that we've got. So, we decided to start with the broader topic of what are we feeding our kids' minds, bodies and souls. And that in itself is pretty massive. But it seems like a good place to start because we're mums and, you know, like I said, a lot of these topics that I want to discuss, conversations that I want to have are around that. We all have concerns around how we're bringing up our children and what sort of world's going to be there for them when they're at our age and even younger, and are we doing all the right things? And you know, life is so different for them than it was for us when we were children, and how do we know how they're going to turn out? Are we even doing any of the stuff right? You know, so some of those topics, you know, the topics fall under those things. So what are we feeding their minds? So that's looking at, you know, education, talking about, you know, do they understand about money? You know, are we teaching them everything they need to know about money and managing their money, and their careers and their education, what's going on for them mentally and emotionally as well, you know. So there's lots of topics there, such as helping them to, what were some of them? Well, the education system, you know, is it serving our children? Are they learning everything they need to learn there? If they're not, what are some alternatives for us, or what can we be bolstering at home, you know, to make up for those gaps, if there are perceived gaps? And obviously we're going to be talking to the New Zealand education system as well, rather than global, but not necessarily.
Yeah.
It could go anyway. Yeah.
Although each country will have a lot in common.
Yeah.
So there is kind of a basic format that's followed with the education system, I think.
Absolutely. You know, having the career talk with your kids. Are we having them? What are they not learning at school? That's probably going to be one of the ones that come up first. Overstimulation, you know. And how much device time are our kids getting, and how much is healthy? And do we even know this stuff, you know? Well,
I think we do, but then before going down the rabbit hole, I think, again, we're so busy. So a lot of these issues and things that we want to give our attention to, we can't, because we're just too busy. And we're just too divided, fragmented with our concentration and where we want to put our energy, and that's a real shame, and perhaps we need to do something about that. Yeah,
and let's face it, devices are kind of a part of that. They give us our breathing time, our breathing space, don't they? But
back in our day, it was called TV.
Or it was outside, just out on your bike, you know, and we'd disappear for hours. Is that happening? You know, dealing with bullying. Big issue. Seems like a way bigger issue than when I was back at school. And then there's cyberbullying. You know, so how can we be there for our kids to protect them? How can we be informing them, you know, safe use of being online and stuff, and dealing with bullies at school? What are we feeding our kids is another one. So what are we feeding their bodies? So let's talk about our food. You know, this is something that I've got a real pet peeve about.
Me too.
You know, and Claire Deek. So I started this World Wake Movement calls last year, and we had a couple of them via Zoom, but it wasn't really the ideal format. I don't think people find Zoom a bit confronting, and not a lot of people knew what it was, which is why we've decided to go with Facebook Live. Pretty much everyone's on Facebook, and it's much easier to tune into this live and to share it and to come back and watch it later. You know where to find it. So but we interviewed Claire Deeks last year, and she's a real food advocate, and she's on a mission to help mothers around the country put real food in their kids, and how to make that easier for them as well, you know. But she's one of the first people that walk into the supermarket and go and look at the 5-star rating. She's challenged the 5-star rating.
Yeah.
It's a crock, really.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so there's things like that, you know. We're being told what's healthy for our kids, and busy mums are grabbing it off the shelf because we don't have time to look into it. And we're not looking into the labels necessarily, what really is in that food. But those brands don't have us and our kids' health at heart. They really don't. And, you know, hey Claire, she's just joined. You must have heard us, Claire. Your ears must have been burning.
Just talked about you.
Yeah, we're just talking about you. Oh, and you missed the call. No, you haven't missed the call. You're on it, darling.
Yep.
And we were just talking about how you are on a mission to help mums put real food in their kids' bodies.
And to challenge those messages that we are being sent, which are not, that are just complete bullshit, basically.
Correct.
Excuse my French.
Yeah. So the 5-star rating we were just talking about, Claire, it's a crock.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've got to be more informed. We've got to be more empowered and know what is in our food and not, you know, all of it's convenience food now. I mean, I try really hard to go around the outside of the supermarket aisles and very rarely look in the middle. But
and I think you do very well at that. You
thank
do
you.
really well at that.
I try,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, you've also, you know, it's real life, and we do have to have some convenience and some go-to for our kids to just grab something and fix it. You know, we've got to have alternatives. So let's talk about those alternatives. You know, it's all about trying to make things easier for us. A lot of people think real food means I'm tied to the kitchen all weekend, batch cooking, and you know.
No.
And there's a bit of that, sure, but, you know...
Well, you could be tied to the kitchen every night of the week as well, if you choose to. Or it's all about how you look at things, how you choose to treat your time as an investment or as a chore.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think one of the best things we could do is to start trying to eliminate quite so much bread with our kids' diets. You know, there's more to lunch than a sandwich. It's really not giving them...
And they go in the bin most of the time too, my kids report, which is really sad, along with the Glad wrap.
Yeah. And then another thing on what are we putting in our bodies. So like food addictions, it's a thing, it's a real thing, and we need to get, you know, we need to wake up to that fact. So, you know, sugar, what on earth is it doing to our kids' bodies? Thanks for the sharing there, Dom. Claire, rather. Dom's mum. Dom's mum. Yeah, so, you know, sugar, our kids are totally addicted to sugar, let's face it, most of them, I think. And, you know, the rate of kids rotting teeth in this country is appalling. I've seen some terrible stats. I can't remember them, but I've seen some terrible stats recently.
We know that.
It's pretty bad. Gluten is another thing. What's that doing to our bodies? You know, do we really understand enough about that? I know there's a lot of nutritionists out there that reckon 70 or 80% of us are actually gluten intolerant without really realising it. We should know that stuff. Let's look into it. Let's talk about that. What else?
Souls?
Oh yes, okay. So what are we feeding their souls? So what do we mean by that? What we mean by that is, are we nurturing their spirituality? Are we helping them to practice gratitude? You know, do they know, or do we want to know more about the law of attraction, for example? Do you believe in that? And is that something that you talk to your kids about? You know, how can we help them connect with nature more, you know? Less device time, more nature time, you know? How are we being connected or staying connected with ourselves, our souls? You know, are we teaching our kids that? Or are they just really sort of going through life and looking at everything external to them and not really having that deep connection with self?
Are we training that deep connection with self that they intuitively have when they're born?
Yes.
Are we training that out of them? That would be the angle.
Yeah.
I think a lot of what we're going to talk about, hopefully, is looking at things from a different perspective and realising that the perspective that we're basically having rammed down our throats from day one is not the only one. And once you step out of that perspective, then you start to really look at things differently. And if we can do that as parents, then we can show that to our children. Because otherwise they're just going to accept what gets put on their plate, literally, their plate of life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. So Dom, Claire's asking, you know, what other topics are we going to cover? The Outdoorsy Mum Reels, an awesome resource. Thank you. And Michelle Louise Morpeth, thank you. We'll note those down definitely.
Yep.
What we might do is publish all our topic ideas so far. So with this, we're not interested in getting in experts so that they can pitch their stuff. You know, we really do want to have conversations with regular mums, regular parents, regular people who want to have these chats, but we're getting those people on board as well. And we're still fine-tuning exactly how we're going to do that.
We're winging it.
Yeah, we're winging it. Our first Facebook Live here, I've got no lighting. We've got, should we show them our mics? We've got some mics here to help with the volume, and we're amplifying them up through our amps because we both sing in a band, so we've got this gear. But that's not ultimately, we're going to get slicker and better with this as we go.
Yeah.
Because Facebook Live is a thing that a journey that I'm getting in on anyway. And so there are lots of ways that we can help spread the message and improve this broadcast. But where was I going with this? This was not what I was talking about. Oh, the schedule. So we will be publishing the schedule somewhere, probably on the website. So I've got a website called www.worldawakemovement.com, and we will publish all the topics that we're wanting to talk about there. And you can absolutely sign up to get on our list as well there, so that we can email you when we're going to go live. We are intending to go live consistently at 11 AM on a Wednesday. Hashtag Wake Up Wednesday. And we're hoping to do it every week, but it's not, you know, like we said, we're busy mums, we've got businesses, sometimes that's just not going to fly. I might have a toddler home sick, and that doesn't make for a very fun Facebook Live. So, you know, we're going to be flexible. So therefore, we'd love to have you on our list so that we can let you know when we are going live and when the plans change. And then once, of course, you've got our email, we'd love to hear from you. So if you don't pipe up in the comments here about things that you'd love to discuss, because obviously we'll be trolling through those as well. But you can email us and let us know what is a topic that you'd particularly like to talk about or be involved in or listen to. The other thing about Facebook Live here is that unlike Zoom, it's not quite so confronting. If you want to sit back anonymously and just watch, that's cool, you can do that, and we hope that you'll get heaps out of that. But if you want to pipe up and comment, you can. We can help carry on that discussion with you. Yeah. And if you want to jump in and be on these calls, either physically on this couch, if you're in Wellington,
there's a space for you,
or we'll be streaming you in via an online tool, and that's the stuff I still need to work out, but I have my ideas. So we will be bringing people in online as well, via a Skype call or a Zoom call. So we can actually make this broadcast a whole lot bigger than just the two of us talking to you. Mm-hmm. That's the idea. Yes. Yeah. So, have we covered everything? I think we've covered everything. We'll publish the topics. I mean, I think we've run through quite a number of them. Why are you here?
Yes, thank you. 20 minutes later.
She has this problem with me. Feel back, I'm going to sit back now.
Right.
Faye, why are you here?
Well, I'm here exactly as Deb said. We go out walking and we have all these huge conversations, and they really are. And we always feel like we're just touching the surface with those conversations. And it's just, and what we're talking about is so important. And having a one-on-one conversation is all very nice, but we've got the internet, we've got Facebook Live, we've got the technology. We should be sharing our conversations because they are what's important. They're so much more important than keeping up with the Kardashians and Survivor, which I love Survivor. But you know, we need to be spending our time and our energy and our airwaves time talking about things that actually are going to make a material difference in our lives. Yes. And Debs and I are activists at heart.
Yeah, we are.
But we feel like the only thing a lot of the time that's active is our mouth.
Yeah.
And so it's actually a lot more constructive if we can activate our mouths to help activate other people. Other people can tell us what we can do, because it's one of my deepest frustrations is, okay, I know we need to do something about so many things in this world. What can we do? That's why, Claire, we talked about you earlier on, because you've actually got off your patootie, and put out a petition, and gone
and toured the country.
Yeah. And gone and put your finger in the face of these people that have just been getting away with it.
Yeah.
They're just paying lip service to our desire to feel as though we're informed. Yeah, we'll make sure you're informed. We're not informed.
No.
As you've exposed it as a load of rubbish, thank you so much for taking action.
Yeah.
So World Awake to me is about, let's actually start creating some momentum. It is a movement, as Deb says. It is a movement. There needs to be movement in the movement. This is not about accountability buddies and expectations for us to be reporting back and initiating things. It's just about talking about things, sharing information.
Start talking about it and take these conversations back to the dinner table and talk about it with your families and talk about it with your friends. And let's just get talking, you know. Let's not keep burying our heads in the sand pretending it's all going to be okay. Yeah.
Yes, because it isn't. It just isn't. It isn't going to be okay if we just continue doing what we're doing and going, oh dear, it's such a shame. Yeah. So one of the... I'm a heavy person, I've got to admit.
Yeah, I get a bit heavy too. In fact, sometimes I feel I just can't relate to my kids. You know, you were saying before about the Kardashians and some of my kids, they're so involved in popular culture. Yes. And I don't get it. I don't even watch TV. I don't get TV. I stream and watch precisely what I want to watch. So I'm very deliberate about that. And I can't engage in half of these conversations with them. No. And I can't understand why they spend 10 minutes looking at a pointless video on YouTube.
Yeah, I know, but they have to go through their journey. Yeah, they have to get there. They do. So my journey definitely has taken me, I would say, a very long way down the rabbit hole. Yeah. And I'm going to try and keep myself towards the surface of the rabbit hole for the purpose of these discussions. But I definitely come from a perspective of, I believe that we are seriously being manipulated into playing into the hands of those who benefit from our compliance. How they benefit is probably a bit far down the wormhole, but if we just look at money and we look at who has a vested interest in keeping us profoundly addicted, as Deb mentioned,
profoundly dumbed down and sick. So we want to do something about unfettering ourselves from those bonds that we don't even realise are there. Yep. Most people do not realise that they're there. I think that the audience that we're speaking to has a very strong inkling, or clearly has come to the decision we are being held in a pattern that is unhealthy to us deliberately. Yep. So let's shake those bonds off. That's what I'm passionate about. If it wasn't deliberate, we would find it easier to get ourselves out, right? To find those alternatives.
Yeah, that's right. There wouldn't be this, if you dare to discuss the idea, first of all, that we're being even manipulated by anybody, you get laughed out of the room. That happens to me pretty much every day. And I'm proud of that. I'm happy to be challenging the status quo. I'm really cool with that. But if you dare to discuss, I mean, obviously the subject of vaccination is a hugely contentious topic. Yep. Should it be contentious? I mean, okay. No, we have opinions. We should. My opinion on vaccinations, as with anything, is the information should be on the table. All the information, not the information that has been selected on our behalf by people who want us to go down a certain path. So once we have a clear sharing of all information in an unbiased, balanced way, then we can make decisions. So that's what I really see the purpose of this conversation is about, is bringing all those different perspectives together, having an adult conversation about them instead of a slagging match, which is ultimately what things descend into on Facebook, and having those perspectives discussed, heard, analysed, and there we have it. This is a starting point. It's the sequestering of knowledge that is actually the biggest tyranny, I think, being visited upon us. We don't get full access to anything.
You've raised a very good point there, and especially about we don't want to get down a slagging match. We are heart-centered, supportive people, open-minded people, and we want to be able to have discussions and respect everybody's views, especially on, we are going to have that talk about vaccinations down the track. We want to be ready for that one, and that's a very sensitive issue to a lot of people. And like you say, maybe it shouldn't be, but it is. And
no, it should be. It's our children.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
our livelihood, but we should be able to talk about it.
We should be able to talk about it, absolutely, and we should be able to respect each other's wishes, no matter what side of the fence you're on with that. But the idea, from my perspective, so I vaccinated Morgan when he was a baby, but at the time I felt quite pressured to, and I didn't really have that time to dig into the information, and once I did start looking, I got really overwhelmed really quickly. So, you know, I'm still undecided as to whether I want to carry on. So from a personal perspective, I definitely want to have those discussions and talk to people who know, who have, you know, gone down those rabbit warrens, like you say, and can bring us information so that we can collect information from all around, you know, and be more informed. Like, we will be having those chats. Most definitely.
Yeah, and we look forward to it. So the other thing that I'm hoping people will be inspired to do is to, just in our day-to-day lives, make those small changes that then amplify out. A couple of examples of little things that I've done with people, my friends on Facebook, anybody that's watching, you'll know, I've decided to use laundry bags when I go shopping, so that I'm not buying bags for my kiwi fruit and my oranges and plastic bags. So in doing that, I feel really chuffed because I've saved about 12 to 15 bags per week myself. But what's cool about it is when I go out,
how are we back? Hopefully that didn't cut us out.
But that people see me, this strange fruit bag woman, walking around in the supermarket using a laundry bag, and I see people looking at me. And I think, look at me. Look what I'm doing.
Look what I'm doing.
Think about why am I doing it.
Ask why I'm doing it.
Nobody's come up to me, but I've seen people go, nudge the person next to me. And I think that's cool. And then the other thing,
just to interrupt, did you know that it's Plastic Free July?
I did not know that.
There's a July month-long challenge to go plastic free. So that's everything.
Awesome.
It's doing the food bin thing. It's not buying anything at the shops that's in plastic. I know, that's quite a lot harder.
80%
and then it's looking at your pantry and going, what can I, everything, let's put everything in glass jars and stuff like that. So it's really going that little bit further. We should try and stretch ourselves.
All right, yes. And the other thing that I've done is, Nick, my son, just a little story, yesterday we were at Rebel Sport and we bought an item and the guy goes, would you like a plastic bag? And I said, absolutely not. With a big smile on my face, of course, so that he doesn't feel uncomfortable. When we walked out, Nicholas, who's 12, says to me, absolutely not. And I said, yeah. He said, well, that was a bit over the top, wasn't it, Mum? And I said, yeah, because I want him to remember me. And I want him to think, oh, maybe I should ask customers if they want a plastic bag. And if we each do that every time we purchase something, no thank you, then people will start to remember. And it's through our behaviours that we make big changes. If we all talk about it, hopefully we'll be inspired to do things. And we share our little things that we do, we'll all be inspired. If it's little, as Deb said about the food, if it's little, it's convenient, it's easy, let's do it. And in that way we change the world.
I think a big part of getting our heads out of the sand and waking up is actually realising that as individuals, with every decision that we make, it does make a difference and it does make an impact. And I think you're a fool if you think that that's not the case. If you think we're all doomed and the world's screwed. And
we've got the power, man.
Yeah, we do. We so have the power and we're going to take the power back. Oh, that brings me on to another thing. So as part of these calls, because Fiona and I are in bands and we've decided the show has to have a theme tune. So we're going to create one during the live calls. At the end, we're going to spend 5 or 10 minutes developing our theme tune.
It's a little bit scary.
It's a bit scary and we don't know where that's going to go. But we thought that would be fun. And you guys, if you're interested in being a part of that, you can tell us which sounds, snippets, bits you do like and don't like, what stays, what gets the chop.
Yeah.
And help us steer the way the theme tune evolves.
So it's a collaboration.
It's a collaboration. And at the end of it, we're going to have a theme tune.
Yeah.
That we can play at the beginning.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing, yes, absolutely. What else do we have on our list?
Well, we wanted to maybe mention a few names of people that we might be talking to, or who might want to talk to us if we can convince them to join in. Emma Davey.
Emma Davey, tagging you.
Hashtag Emma Davey.
Moira Aberdeen, tagging you.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot actually. Kim Knight is going to be coming on and helping us talk to us about the kids with, from a mind and soul perspective. So is Angie Davies, so is Kathy Broadhead. There's a whole bunch of names actually that we can list. Claire, you're going to be coming back.
Cool.
So look, but if you know someone who is clued up about any of the topics relating to what we're feeding our kids' minds, bodies and souls, in terms of their career, in terms of their just personal research and personal interest, please let them know about us. Please let them know about this. Get them to come check out this live. Get them to check out www.worldawakemovement.com and sign up and get hold of us so that we can get them in on the conversations.
Yeah. Or through the Facebook page.
Yeah, or through my Facebook page at Deb Rock Evans. I haven't started a separate page.
No, too many pages.
It's all getting a bit too much to manage.
It does get like that,
but it's pretty obvious when you get to my page, there's a World Awake movement and it says join here and you can sign up to the list there as well. Thank you, Claire. Well done, girl. She's done that for us.
A little agent on the side there.
Yes. So that's about it, really.
Well, that's really,
Thank you. And we don't want to waste people's time. We do want to keep these to sort of 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And have these chats, and sometimes discussions are going to, hey Moira, sometimes these discussions are going to roll on into the next week or get picked up a couple of weeks later or something like that. But we're definitely going to try and commit to doing it every week on a Wednesday at 11 a.m. right here. So
maybe 11:11. I don't know if we're running late.
Nah. Oh no, that's cool. I like
we'll
that.
Have to do a little cheers at 11:11 if we're watching.
Yes, absolutely.
Watching the clock.
Love that.
Yeah.
So we really hope you will sign up and tune in. So if you don't want to sign up to the list, I totally get that. We're all getting too many emails, and it's not about the email. I just want to let you guys know when we're around. So the other thing you could do is follow this page. And get the notifications to jump to top of your newsfeed or something like that. Then whenever we do post to say we're going live or we're cancelling or whatever, that you'll find out. 11:11 is very cool. So I like that idea too, Moira. I think it's going to have to be 11:11. Absolutely.
Because there's that little bit extra time too, because it was a little bit of a flap to get everything set up this morning. But we'll do better next time. We're going to get
every time we're going to get better. I'm buying lighting. I've ordered a new Shure MV51 mic that goes here, and that will pick up our ambient sound a whole lot better, so we don't have to have these. We'll get a little bit better every time, which is cool. It's exciting.
I would add to the experts and people who are really knowledgeable, activists, because this is a movement. So if you know someone, those activists tend to be very knowledgeable anyway, but if you know people who are actually out there doing something, invite them to come on here and talk to us about it, because we want to hear, that's what I personally want to hear. I'm at the point of, what can I do?
Yes.
So I'm all about that. I want to hear that.
I want to hear from people who are brave enough to use their voice and stand up for their truth and what they believe in. And share it with us, because we all need to know. There are people out there that want to hear you and want to know. So come along and find us, please.
Yes.
Okay, lovelies. We're going to tune out for now, and we will see you this time next week, maybe at 11:11.
Yeah.
And we might have some music for you next week too.
Oh my God. Okay.
See you, lovelies.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot for coming.
Thank you.
Bye.